What's going on, everyone? I wanted to give you guys an update, let you know what is going down. There's a mighty fine update in the works that I want to share with you all. However, I got to go ahead and get it pulled up real quick for you. All right, so yeah, basically, XRP. I was talking to a gentleman today, and he said that somebody that he follows, a market analyst, was basically showing how XRP was going to reach $17 in the near future. And some interesting news came out today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in basically the SEC, I don't know if you guys can read this. I downloaded the image. The SEC versus Ripple, they actually requested for the injunction to be dropped and the penalty as well. So that's what was filed today in the courts. So basically, we are on the precipice of what is believed to be the uptick or the rise or the increase that was prophesied when this case would be basically won, was the prophetic. And so I just wanted to share with you guys that, how does this affect everything else? Well, timing is everything, number one. And right now, in the past 3 hours, you could see Bitcoin. Normally it goes with a face. There you go. Something like that. It's so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Anyway, if you look at the charts, let me just pull it up here. See if I can do it this way. Man, we are in such a very close proximity to things happening. It was kind of an interesting dealio, because while this was occurring, now there's 3 candles, 3 red candles. Do you guys remember my dream about 3 red candles? And so when this happened, now this is on the hour chart. So, but while I was watching this, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, this one was, it was moving on the hour chart. You could see it moving downward. And I'm like, that's really interesting. And is this the one I saw in my dream? Hang on just a second here. Man, I was not even on my right microphone. Sorry about that. But all right, so you should have clearer audio now. But anyway, in my dream, remember I saw 3 red candles, and that was when I saw the price just dropping very rapidly in my dream. And then I saw, now this is Bitcoin. Let me go to XRP. Not so much. However, when I was watching this earlier, I was thinking to myself, look at that, 3 red candles, and I'm watching it going down. So could this have been one of those prophetic tremors, if you will? That's kind of like saying, okay, we might begin to see this happening soon. I have no idea. I've been expecting it since April 30th, guys, and now we're a month and a half later, and it hasn't happened yet. But irregardless, remember when God told me that XRP was going to take off, in a week and a half, and then the 92-cent dream, it took 2 months and 3 weeks before, yeah, for sure. Now, I sold all my XRP, man. I sold all of my XRP. So there's no expectation to go back down below $2 soon. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting, but that's what I'm expecting. That's why the title of this video is XRP to skyrocket to $17, but not before this. And remember, the $17 is not prophetic. That's not prophetic. I'm just saying that I was, talking to a gentleman who is prophetic today. And he was talking about how he watches this guy who basically showed on the charts that he believes it's going to go to $17. And then, of course, I shared the news about the filing in the district court today with Judge Annalisa Torres, where the SEC and Ripple came together and filed a joint basically request to drop the injunction and the fine. So basically that's what was shared. And so I'm just sharing it with you guys. So what we know, according to one prophecy, is that when this court case is, when they win, that's when the price is going to go up to $5 was what, I think Brandon had shared. But remember, in my dream, I saw the 240 turning into 140. And then in the dream before that, I saw myself selling all of my XRP and beginning, and I knew that I was buying under the $2 range. Like it had dipped below $2. I did not see a price point though. And so when I prayed and asked God for a price point, I saw the 240 turn into a 140. And that night. So, then a few nights later, I saw 81 cents on those 3 red lines on the charts that were moving very quickly. Then Love Has a Name shared a dream that he had where he actually saw the exact same $1.40 price point. And then he saw it go to 70 some cents. People have been asking me, people are asking me, like, do you think, it would be safe to set a buy order for, $1.20, 85 cents, 95 cents? Listen, this is where, like, I'll share with you the information, right? I'll share with you what God shows me. However, I just don't feel the liberty to share everything. And so, I've shared with you the details. However, I do have some concerns about getting too greedy on this dip, because if anyone is wanting to try to maximize, this maneuver, you could easily get caught at the bottom while it's all trying to come back up. And then if you miss, then now you're trying to play catch up and recover. If it goes above where you sold, right? If it goes above where you sold before you're able to get back in. So in order to profit, you have to sell at a certain amount and then buy at a lower amount and then qualify for a profit that is above, the fees that you're going to pay for trading. And that's it. I mean, so you guys are going to have to make those determinations for yourselves. No, I don't think anybody has any timestamps. All I do know is that I received several prophetic words about the wealth transfer, the financial harvest season. One prophet said September and October are very, strategic months. Then another prophet said that the fourth quarter, October, November, December, are going to be the season of your financial wealth transfer. So, shoot, we could be waiting till September, September for this maneuver. I don't know. But remember, when it went down, I specifically saw in my dream that it would come back up to 250, that it would come back up to 250. So I did not see it take off. All of those dreams were before this last, sequence or series of dreams that God gave me, where it's a maneuver to buy the dip. And so don't forget, guys, I'm doing a class in the coming days. I'm collecting everybody's information via the text opportunity. This is only for people who want to get their grandmother, their Aunt Edna, Granny Sue, Uncle Joseph into, crypto. And they just want to kind of empower them with the prophetic, what's been happening in the prophetic. I'm going to be teaching about the importance of why the prophets of God are speaking on crypto. I can share my backstory on how God led me into it, and what I believe God is doing in this season. Of course, I will share all the disclaimers to let everybody know that there's going to be a risk when you take this leap of faith, and as there isn't any leap of faith. And so, and then I'll get into, exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. For the people that aren't ready to make a maneuver like we're making, they can just buy XRP, and in 6 months, 4 months, roughly, give or take, they'll be doing very, 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 very well with it. And in so much so that they could be potentially securing their financial future, if what God is giving us does what He's saying it's going to do, right? So don't forget, for those who don't know my disclaimer, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys. But basically, it's up to you to test everything that I share as far as dreams, prophetic, etc. And you need to be able to discern, to test, and qualify anything that you believe is from the Lord, that anybody says. That being said, you definitely want to, have your people. You can screenshot this with your phone. If you're on your mobile, take a screenshot. Come back and watch the replay of this. It's also in the description section of this video. So if you're on Facebook, it's up there. If you're on YouTube, it's down there. And, I just want to be sure to get this information out, because I want to do this class, because I believe we may have a small window of time to get people some potential food. Literally, like, this is what is, the prophets are saying some crazy stuff is happening. And I shared the prophetic words from Barry Wunsch and Charlie Shamp and Apostle Giles, who wrote in their book and prophesied in September of last year, and even before that, in Charlie Shamp's case, about this year being a year of blood and of fire. Barry Wunsch saying that I saw bloodthirsty, demonized illegal immigrants rioting and causing mass chaos with a murderous, kind of foaming at the mouth type of hunger within their loins because they were demonized. And he said, I saw them bringing in the National Guard. All of this stuff is happening. All of this stuff is playing out. However, there's a spirit of madness that is going to try to come upon the people, especially some patriots who believe that they have to defend our country and go out and begin fighting in the streets. That's not what is going to make this. And that's what Apostle Giles specifically prophesied and wrote in his book that was released last year that I shared a copy of right here. And so I'm just saying, like, we are here, and because of all this calamity that's supposed to be happening, there's supposed to be a missile that, is supposed to go into the mountains of a Middle Eastern country that is supposed to bring them back to the Stone Age. And when this happens, fuel prices, gas prices are going to absolutely skyrocket. And I had one lady on my video. She says, we've got fuel over here. I'm like, come on, man. Like, okay. I said, listen, we're honoring the prophetic, not the pathetic. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is not how we're rolling over here. So maybe this ain't the channel for you. You know what I mean? So anyhow, all I'm saying is that we have to get the word out. And I'm just, explaining to you that God is speaking, and I really could care less about the opinions of the people who want to try to argue with God's word. It is what it is. I've told you all that it's up to you to test everything, and you make your own decisions. The good news is we will all benefit positively and or negatively from the decisions that we all make. That's it. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Do not forget, tell your people to get into this. You have to text Join Joseph, no quotation marks. Those two words are a triggering sequence to trigger the keyword sequence, the automated sequence that will put you on the list, send you an auto response. If you don't send those two words, or if you add the quotations, or you'll just get an error response that says we couldn't find what you're trying to say. So you'll know you did it wrong if you get that message. So just text Join Joseph, no quotations, to the number. You'll be good to go. Guys, appreciate you watching. Take care. God bless. And make sure you share this with your people, because this is going to be, I'm going to send out a video that people have to watch before they attend the class, because I'm going to give the whole backdrop and the intro to this deal to make sure everybody's, and I am not going to be responsible for people not watching the video. If there are things that they ask, I'm going to say, go back and watch the video. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want people wasting mine. We have to do this if we're going to do it properly, but people need help. They need to know what's going on. We're going to educate them, and they get to make their own decisions at the end of the day. God bless you.